Well, here's the thing too that I mean, I think this has actually kind of hurt Peltz quite a bit. I think Peltz hitched his wagon to the Elon Musk train at the wrong time.
Yep.
Elon Musk is, I'm sorry, Elon fans, Tesla is not doing great right now, okay?
And neither is X.
And neither is X, okay? And he kind of got wrapped up into the Elon thing at the wrong time. And I think, look, Elon, I don't know. I think the closeness or the appeared closeness of Elon and Peltz, it might scare away some investors. I really do.
And it's basically like a domino effect. It's a chain really, because then you have Jay Rizzullo, which neither one of us have any kind of faith that if Rizzullo got a seat on the board that he would change anything dramatically. You know, I don't really think there's anything that he could really bring to the table. But just for the sake of saying it, that Peltz had Rizzullo in mind. So because Peltz hitched himself up to the Elon Musk train, then he carries Jay Rizzullo along with it because Rizzullo was attached to Peltz. So it's like all three of them. It doesn't fit well with the Walt Disney Company.
Well, it doesn't. And then you have Elon today on Twitter or X, whatever, posting like Mickey ears in a weird shapes, and he said D's nuts. It's like, come on, man. Yeah. Like, these are childish like memes, and I get it. You get like the ha 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 from people on Twitter, but he's
doing it in a tasteless way because he's butthurt because his companies are basically falling to cinders.
And Disney pulled their ad dollars. That's what this whole tantrum is about, because Disney pulled their ad dollars from X, and that's what this whole thing is about, dude. You know, but you get that ha 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 moment on Twitter with your memes, but you're scaring off advertisers. You're sending a message to advertisers, hey, you make me mad, and I'm gonna make distasteful, inappropriate memes about you on X. Like, what is that? What kind of message does that send out? You think you're owning Bob Iger, but you're really sending a message to all these other advertisers or potential advertisers. It's a huge red flag. Like, I'm not going to do business with this guy. This guy acts like he's like in high school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not a good look, Elon.
It's a sign of weakness.
Well, it's desperation, and it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious, and he's not buying Disney. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Despite all the rumors, not buying Disney, and it's just yeah, man, he's not doing himself any favors. He really isn't. And Peltz decided that he's gonna stand next to him and do the big photo op with him, and I don't think it helped him. I really don't.
No,
I really don't.
Peltz actually, a lot of people are saying, with Iger saying this and Iger saying that, Iger basically sat back and let Peltz kind of put the nail in his own coffin with that.
Yeah. Oh, Iger should not get involved in the Elon Musk war. You step back and you let Elon act like a lunatic on X, and you let him damage himself that way. Yeah, Iger doesn't have to do a single thing. Elon will take himself. he'll damage his own reputation, do his own thing. Like, Iger doesn't have to get involved in that. Yeah, it's a mess, dude. It's an absolute mess. And it's all sour grapes over this advertising dollars, because Elon knows that X is not doing great right now financially, and he's butthurt over it, and he's mad because Disney. And do you think Disney was ever gonna put ad dollars back in now? Elon decided, hey, I'm gonna burn that bridge. Hey, Elon, you could have maybe worked something out with the Mouse House, and maybe you could have been like, I don't know, an adult, and maybe
really quick, OG, I'm sorry, did you say maybe?
Oh, I did say maybe. Here we go.
'Cause I'm that girl that drive you crazy, but you're killing me alone. Got you thinking maybe alone. Got you thinking maybe alone.
Shout out to Maybe. We love Maybe. She's awesome.
Sorry, bro, go ahead.
No, you're good. But yeah, anyway, long story short, I just think that, Elon could have handled that whole advertiser thing way more professionally. You could have gone a lot
Any
further.
relationship that he could have gained back with the Disney company,
it's gone.
He axed it.
He burned the bridge, dude. Disney's never coming back. As long as Elon is running X, Disney's never coming back. And not only is Disney not coming back, but you're sending a message to everybody else. This is how I do business. If you make me mad, I'm going to make disgusting memes about you on Twitter and trash you every single day. It's not a good way to do business. I'm sorry, it isn't. You know what I'm saying? So, look at the stock price for Tesla.
Yeah.
It says so. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, here, I think I actually have a drop actually for the stock price for Tesla. There we go. There we go. Now I want to ask you guys too, before we take off today, I want to ask you guys, because this is the elephant in the room. Everyone's talking about it. Her outfit. Her outfit.
That's the elephant in the room?
Oh, dude. Hey, apparently on Twitter it is. Everyone's talking about the outfit. I'll let you just start, George, with the outfit. What do you think, man?
Actually, believe it or not, I really didn't have any problems with the outfit. I never took 2 seconds of it now that I'm actually looking at, but man, God, is that ugly. But anyway, no, yeah, I'm kidding. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing. I don't know. I guess it was a little bit different in the original concept, but I guess they had her more in a. I mean, I guess you could kind of, like a safari. It kind of still has that look, but it seems like they kind of lightened it up a bit with some vibrant colors and what have you. But I don't really have a really too much of an issue with it, to be honest.
I don't either, and I'll go to you Wizard in a second, but I don't either. And the reason being is a lot of people want her in the dress, but wouldn't it be weird if you're riding the ride and she's in a full ball gown sitting on a log? It's a little bit off. It doesn't fit the environment. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I really honestly didn't have a problem with the outfit. I guess I never really looked at the outfit because I guess I didn't really have a problem with it.
So what you're saying, George, is you're not one of these people that watches the Golden Globes and dishes about all the different outfits.
Yeah, no. I don't watch the pre-red carpet.
Oh my God! Did you see what Lindsay Lohan was wearing, George? Oh my God!
Everybody's a Joan Rivers now.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't make the cut for Fashion Police.
What are you wearing? Exactly. What are you wearing?
Oh my God! White after Labor Day? My God! That whole thing. But Wizard, what are your thoughts on the outfit, brother?
Honestly, I think I like this one more than the safari thing and the concept.
I agree.
That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you're not going on safari. Now I do wish, because the rumor finale scenes, she's all in, they're all in New Orleans celebrating. So it would be nice to see her in her little gown then. But if she's not going to be in it, I don't care. I mean, I do care, I guess, because I do like this one better than the safari one, because this one looks like she's just going out, not going on some African safari because she's not in Africa. So.
Yeah, no, actually, that's a great point, Wizard, you make there. Or maybe in the finale scene, I think the finale scene is the New Orleans kind of that celebration, the party. Mm-hmm. Maybe then you can put her in the
down. I like it there, but if she's not in it, that's okay too. But the only thing I can't believe that's the thing. Her hair. I get it. She wants a little trim and wants to be all professional. I wish it was longer, but that's personally because I just like girls with long hair. So that's me thing.
Well, no, I completely understand. Now, in the movie, I haven't seen the movie in a long time. I got to be completely honest. But was her hair longer in the movie, or was it about this length? Do we know?
It wasn't.
Oh, gee, you should be watching. I got it on in the background.
It wasn't too much longer, but I think it was at least to her shoulder. But
I would think, I don't know, because she never actually really had it styled. Yeah. She had it done, I think.
It was
if when she was sleeping and stuff, and then she kind of pulled it up in a bun really fast. Yeah. But I guess even after time, as the movie went on, she could have went to the salon and got it styled, for her big debut.
Yeah, exactly. Slimer, what are your thoughts on the outfit, brother?
Well, I like it. I have. Who are you wearing today? Sorry, I love Joan Rivers, and I can't stop thinking about her on the red carpet.
Oh man! Oh, it's Slimer. Slimer, is this a Vera Wang we're looking at here? Is this a Vera Wang?
Yeah. God, Joan Rivers was a funny woman. No, I love it. It actually ties in with the Frontier Lamb thing, so it blends in nicely. So anybody that has any issues with whether this is going to tie into the land or not. And again, like I was talking with George, we were there. Frontier lands are going to demarcated differently. Like, I hope people realize that this is not Frontier land anymore. Like, sorry, this is now New Orleans, and it's going to show up as such on the map. I can almost guarantee you that. And Frontier land is now going to be basically from like Country Bear Jamboree down the bridge to Thunder Mountain, and then they're going to demarcate it off, and you're going to have a new Frontier land. So, new Frontier land aside, I think this is great. I have no problems with it. That's all I'm going to say on that. But let me ask you this, guys.
Just a bunch of dudes talking,
About
fashion.
dresses.
You know what I'm saying, dude? Just a couple dudes talking fashion. Go ahead, Slimer. I'm sorry, brother.
Let me ask you this.
In Safari.
In Safaris. I see what you did there. So Splash Mountain has one of the most epic outro songs of all time. This has to have an outro song. It has to be, you're almost there, right? Like if they don't have that song, is that a missed opportunity or
right there? That's what I'm concerned of. I'm like, because they keep saying this original music stuff, and I'm not saying
right
make good original music. I mean, I love them. Nothing Can Stop Us Now. It's quite a headbanger there, but as again, I just watched the movie, and there's so many great songs. I'm like, hopefully one of them's represent. I think, but then D23 came, and they said there'll be renditions of some of those songs. So it got me a little bit hopeful there, because I'm like, oh, thank gosh, because I don't get nothing. So I hope there's like a rendition of some iconic song, like Almost There, Going Down the Bayou, something.
Right.
Even not exactly. Like if they just remix it, as long as you can tell what it is. What's one of them? Like, I'll be happy.
Well, I think they confirmed, and I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Oh my God, that's Mama Odie. You are watching it.
Yeah, I had it on the back. I gotta stay on brand. I don't know if it was Going Down the Bayou or if it was Almost There, because Anika Noni Rose came out and performed, and a lot of people were kind of like head scratching themselves, thinking like, okay, they said it was going to be original music, but why is she singing songs from the movie? So I don't know if they're incorporating it. Maybe they're not actually incorporating it in the ride, but as Slimer said, I wonder if they're incorporating it in the queue and the exit.
I kind of hope they use my hope is that Going Down the Bayou is like the main track for the attraction, because it just makes the most sense.
Because you're going down the bayou.
You're going down the bayou. So I would hope the main track is Going Down the Bayou. Like Zippity Doo-Dah was the main track for Splash Mountain. But then it would kind of weave into other stuff like Laughing Place and stuff, right? So I think Going Down the Bayou should be the main track. And then as you pass certain scenes, maybe it kind of weaves into like other music. But that main kind of tone should be
I would hope with Tiana actually ending up with Naveen in the end, I would hope she's almost there. There you
go.
Later on in the bedroom, she could be almost there in other ways.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing can stop us now.
Okay, here we go. This is okay. I'm gonna set the table a little bit here with this one. I am a massive fan of Den of Nerds. I have been for many years. If you've been watching OG55 for any amount of time, you know this. Josh does some of the best, most entertaining live streams on YouTube. If you're a nerd, you're into Marvel, you're into Star Wars, this is the guy. Okay, so I will link his channel down below. Just really smart, funny. He checks all the boxes. He's fantastic. So he got in some Twitter arguments, I think it was yesterday, or not even arguments, I guess. It was more, what would you say, like spicy conversations?
Spicy misunderstanding.
Spicy misunderstanding. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, no, but he got into about the Disney earnings call, right? Because, look, well, he'll explain it. But Josh is a Marvel
in his
guy.
Josh fashion.
In his Josh way. But Josh is a Marvel fan. He's a nerd. He's a Star Wars fan. But he's not a Disney fan. He's not a Disney fan at all. And so, he'll explain it, but let's go ahead and play this. We'll do what we usually do, George. We'll play it, stop it, play it, stop it. We'll kind of go from there. This is
and just to kind of set the table a little bit, just overall, and this is where I respect him more. the fact that he's not a Disney fan, but he's still willing to call out what the facts are, the facts. And that's what Josh is all about. Like, when he talks about something, he just gets straight to the point.
Exactly.
It's no, part of my French, pussyfooting Iran. It's not sugarcoating. It's not mincing his words. He's telling it like it is. And I do respect him for that, even though obviously he's not a Disney fan. I'm a diehard Disney fan, but I do love his content. I love his channel. I love what he brings to the community, just like with Star Wars and Marvel and what have you. So we'll actually let Josh speak for himself on that. So
no, absolutely. Yeah, well, right now, authenticity, people are craving authenticity, I think. There's a lot of shilling out there, and there's a lot of grifting out there, and he gets into the grifting, but there's a lot of that out there right now, and it's like people just are craving authenticity, and Josh brings that authenticity every time. So here we go. We'll let him talk and kind of explain his case here.
What else is going on? What else do you guys want to talk about? Let's get all the triggering things out of the way. What else do you guys want to talk about? And how else do you want to trigger me? Because I'm super triggered, dude. I am unbelievably triggered about this Disney earnings call. I am so triggered about the Disney earnings call because I can't believe all of the... I mean, I just think it's grifting. I just think it's fucking grifting. All of these people that are claiming it was a bad call or it's a disaster and all these different things. Like, I am so triggered by it, okay? And I think part of the reason is like, dude,
Okay, real quick, I want to kind of chime in on this thing. I noticed this too.
Let's just take a guess. You think he's triggered?
Yeah, exactly. You think he's triggered? Yeah, no, but here's the thing too. I've noticed this as well. Yesterday with this earnings call, or the other day with the earnings call, right? There was like this attempt to sort of like to reconfigure the narrative. Obviously, Disney had a great call. The reality is the reality. When the sky's blue, the sky's blue. When the grass is green, the grass is green. Like, you can't deny reality, and that's what Josh is saying here. But there were people out there trying to sort of change the conversation, try to change the narrative, and try to spin this like, oh man, you know, another disaster at the Mouse House. It's like, what are you talking about? Look, it's okay to be unhappy with Disney. It's okay to not like Bob Iger. It's okay to think that Bob Iger's woke and you don't agree with his politics.
But for you to say something is there when it's not there just for the sake of because you're just so unhappy with the company,
dude,
it doesn't make any sense.
The stock went up the highest amount.
12%.
Yeah, in 3 years, the highest in 3 years. In 3 years, I mean, it's crazy how successful this earnings call was. And when you have people that use the stock, like, look, if this was an earnings call and the stock went down 12%, the same people would say, look, it went down 12%. It's a bad call. But when it goes up, suddenly now it's like, well, okay, well, Wall Street was fooled into this.
And yet these same people say we want to see the company succeed. Well, I'd hate to see like what you want to do when you want to see it fail, because it's like the company now is succeeding. So what more do you want?
But here's the thing, and we're going to get into it. I might be getting ahead of myself here, but when you hitch your wagon to the go woke, go broke horse, and you live and die by that bumper sticker slogan, when Disney stops going broke and they start reversing course and doing better,
then those people go broke. Then those people go broke.
Yeah. What do you have? Your whole brand is tied up now in this. Basically, you're depending upon Disney going broke. So that's why I think there's like this really big response out there where there's like almost like a personal interest in this, right? But we'll talk about it. It gets. I'm telling you, this is a spicy clip here.
We just only
Monday.
We only nitpick through the breading. We still got to get through it.
Right, exactly. Tip of the iceberg.
On this show, on this stream, on Monday, I'm literally talking about, you know, the Gina situation. I'm talking about the lawsuit. I'm talking about how it's a big L for Disney, you know, things that they could do. Dude, I don't even like Disney. Like, I really don't. I like Marvel, I like Star Wars, but I don't give a shit about Mickey Mouse, Goofy, any of that shit. I never really have. I just don't care about that at all. And it's not like Disney's like this defensible company. No, like much like most big businesses, big corporations on the planet, they do a bunch of fucked up shit, right? The thing that I just find crazy though is, you know, days later they have an earnings call, and the whole point of the earnings call is to report to shareholders and also to potential shareholders, how's the company doing? That's the point. Like, how's the company doing? And the idea is to say, it's doing well. I don't think the goal is ever to go into an investor call and be like, you know, shit is just falling apart. And this company, I just don't know. And you know, this is really tough and that's really tough. And the two things that really triggered me. The first thing is, I was doing a little bit of research, right? Because I pulled, I did a video. I was recording a video yesterday to try to like break down from the perspective of Marvel and Star Wars fans, like what was said and what does it mean, right? And that video is going to drop today. And as I'm looking for it, I'm looking for B-roll. I wanted to just steal people's B-roll. Okay, you want me to be completely honest? I was hoping I'd go to Valiant Renegade's channel, and he had this great video with a bunch of B-roll, and then I was just gonna steal it. Okay, and instead, I see all these fucking thumbnails of like Disney's disaster, Bob Iger's disaster. And here's the thing.
Okay, real quick, because he gets on a roll here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you remember The Incredibles when they said, when everybody is super, nobody is super, right? It's the same thing when really here. When everything is a Disney disaster, nothing is. When you report on the daily Disney disaster, it loses its weight. That's the thing.
It's very diluted.
It's diluted. Every day is a new Disney disaster. Every day is a new scandal. Every day is a new thing. Oh my God, the Mouse House is collapsing. People tune out. It's like, okay, just like yesterday. But when Josh says something, you put more weight into it. Because look, he's willing to criticize Bob Iger and the Walt Disney Company. So when he comes out and stands up for the Walt Disney Company, you're like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? He's willing to be critical, but then he can come out here and stand up for it. So his opinion,
he's fair.
Well, that's the thing. That's why his opinion carries more weight than the person who just says every day is another Disney disaster. It loses its impact. You know, friendly advice, if you really want to make an impact and really want to get your message across that Disney is doomed, sprinkle in some real positive stories in there, because that will at least lend your negative stories more credibility. But when every day is a bad Disney news day, it's like in one year out the next. It's the same goes for the opposite side of the spectrum, though. So I don't want people getting triggered. If you have a shill and all they do is positive Disney news, when they like something, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. They like the last 150 things, you know? So when you're honest, and like I said before, people are craving authenticity. When you're honest and you can call the good out with the bad, your opinion holds more weight. I think,
and that's what we do well here on OG55. It's like we call them out on their BS, but we praise them for when they do something good. The fact is the fact, and that's what we talk about. We just don't create something to kind of put in people's mindset to say, okay, well, this is a bad idea when really it's a good idea.
Do you think? Let me say this. I make no bones about it. I don't hide the fact that I have a Disney bias. Disney is my jam. I like Disney more than Universal.
Mine too.
Yeah. But so do you think I like to get up here and make a Universal video and say, wow, Universal's PR is running circles around Disney's like I did the other day with you? Of course not. I don't like saying that, but I will say that if it's true. That's the thing. You have to be honest. I'm not going to sit there and do mental fucking gymnastics to make it seem like Universal shit the bed with the PR when they didn't, just because I want to sell a narrative to you. I'm going to be honest with you and say the PR Universal is better because it is, regardless whether I like Disney more or not. And that's the thing with Josh. He hates Disney. He doesn't like or not hates it. I shouldn't say hates it.
It's just not his. It's not his jam.
It's not his jam. But he's going to call it like he sees it. They had a good earnings call. Math doesn't lie. The stock. I mean, come on. How do you, with a straight face, say that was a disaster? It's insane.
I get it. Okay, in some ways, we're all grifting here. I understand. It is the attention economy. You have to be Salacious Crumb. I understand. But the absurdity of claiming the call is a disaster when the stock went up. It had its biggest day since 2020. I just can't fucking make sense of that. And
how is Disney going to survive this? Just kidding.
The other thing that really triggered me is by simply pointing that out. By simply pointing that out online, I had like all these buttholes that got like mad and that thought like I was pro Disney or I'm just like trying to look past all of the Disney bullshit and like all this stuff. It's like they wanted to attach all this fucking narrative to me just pointing out, just finding a moment in this crazy fucking light matrix simulation reality where a bunch of motherfuckers said some shit that seemed stupid as fuck when you just look at the stock price. That's all I was trying to point out. That's all I was trying to say. Hey.
And that's the thing. We've had the same directed at us. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're a shill. You're a Bob Iger shill and this, that, and the other. Go back and look at the video George and I just did a couple of months ago. The Bob Iger 1 year in review video where we talked about the 1 year since he came back to the company. Look, we have some positive things to say in there. Majority of it, though, was negative. Majority of it was critical. But because we're not out there every single day, Mouse House bad, everything sucks, then that means you must be an Iger shill. And it's ridiculous. You cannot have an honest conversation in this community at all. The minute you say anything nice about Disney, you're paid by Bob Iger, you're a shill, you're this, that, and the other. It's like, this is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely nuts. And it's frustrating as hell. It really is, because it sucks all the intelligence out of every debate.
Hey, look, I just find it weird to say it's a disaster when it has the biggest day since 2020. The volume's fucking incredible. People actually think this has a lot of future value and maybe Disney can't actually turn it around. Like, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm not trying to be like, bro, Disney's the best. Oh my God. Like, no. Holy shit.
Hey. It's not like Josh is out here trying to sell Bob Iger's book or anything. By the way, this is on sale right now. Make sure you go pick it up. Local bookstore, $29.99. It's a great read. It's a ride of a lifetime, Bob Iger. Not shilling though. I'm just kidding.
Are you saying, OG? Are you saying, OG, that you're not a Bob Iger dick rider?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, here, I got that drop. Right here, buddy. Oh man, you caught me off guard, bro. Hold on. You caught me off guard. Here we go.
God, I sound like a Bob Iger dick rider.
There we go. Yeah. So yeah, go buy the book.
Believe it. And so that shit is just triggering the fuck out of me. Okay. And look, here's what I want to say too. Here's what I want to say. I can acknowledge that at least a part of that is just me getting triggered. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to get that triggered about that shit. You know, to be fair, probably should just let it go and just do my thing, right? But it just really bugs me, dude. It just really bugs me how narrative driven and how audience captured and how grifty and dishonest and slimy this whole situation is. Like, can we not just acknowledge all the stupid shit that Disney does while also acknowledging that they have probably the most valuable IP on the planet and they are trying to not do a bunch more stupid shit, and they have there's some really smart things going on behind the scenes over at Disney. And Bob Iger, who, look, I shit on Bob Iger like once a month, okay?
Yeah, and actually, to be fair to Josh, he probably shits on him like once a week. I watch Josh all the time. He does. He is not a Bob Iger fan. You know what I'm saying? By any means. But look, let's just say he's right, though. There are some smart things happening here at Disney. If Universal announced, or any other company announced, that they had a deal with Taylor Swift to bring that Eras tour to their streaming service, these content creators would be climbing over each other saying, oh my God, this is incredible news. But because it's the Mouse House, that you got to find something to poke a hole in it. Oh, well, it's not a Disney IP.
Yeah. Or God forbid, we used to have 3 water parks and we're down to 2 and they go off and on with in the on and off season. So God forbid if they're not both operational at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it's just nitpicky stuff, but it's like, yeah, it's frustrating, man.
I don't know Bob Iger. I don't like Bob Iger. My relationship to Bob Iger is like my relationship to Tony Stark. Might as well not be a real motherfucker to me, right? But I would just argue that if you're just being objective, he's probably one of the greatest CEOs of all time. Like he's got to be top 5, and that's despite everything that's happened in the last 5 years at Disney, like good CEO. And some of the decisions making and some of the deals that are being struck behind the scenes and some of the ways they're looking to extract value from the IP that they have, it actually seems pretty fucking sensible. Like that's where it is at, and it just like really gets to me that I just don't, I want to just live in reality and just be able to talk and just be able to say it the way that I see it.
How many times have I said this? How many times have I said, I just want to talk about theme parks in reality? I just want to talk about Disney and be able to criticize Disney and criticize Universal.
A normal civilized conversation.
Exactly. Why can't we all just, hey, look, when Universal fucks up, let's acknowledge it. Why can't we just have this baseline reality? And that's what frustrates me with the theme park community is that it's not even about Universal with me. People think I hate Universal. I have an annual pass for Universal. I don't hate it. Okay. I've talked to this guy, George. We're trying to get down there for Epic Universe. Okay. I don't hate Universal. What I hate are spinning and fan narratives and apologizing and justifications about things that Universal does when they shit the bed. For some reason, everyone climbs over each other to apologize for them. Meanwhile, Disney does the same thing or even something even less, and they get raked over the fucking coals with it. So it's like, that's what annoys me. And that's what Josh is talking about, where it's like, can we just talk about stuff in reality? Can we just be fair and honest and authentic and no more bullshit?
And it feels like, we go from Monday where I'm just trying to objectively talk about this lawsuit and how I feel about Gina, and Gina seems like a sweet person and this, that, second, and the third. And it just feels like you get put in a bucket and that means this. And then 3 days later, when I just point out fucking reality, I also then get put in a bucket and there's this angle and perception of being pro Disney and all this shit. I'm exhausted by the internet, and I'm exhausted by the narrative driven focus of all of these different people and channels on the internet. Now, having said that, I'm curious as to where you guys are at, because
I will say this too. I'm going to kind of, I don't want to say play devil's advocate, but I'm going to kind of, I think, empathize, I guess, a little bit here. And okay, look, the YouTube channel OG55, right? It's a hobby for us. We're not getting rich on this stuff. Okay. We're not, it's very far and few between. Okay. With the payments. Okay. To be completely upfront, you know what I'm saying? We have other jobs, I don't want to say real jobs, but like we have regular 9-to-5s that we do live on, and this is like fun for us. And whatever extra we make on it, cool. But we don't live on, like we're not paying our rent from the channel, so to speak, right?
Right.
But a lot of people do, though. A lot of people do that have these channels. A lot of people who have YouTube channels do support their families from their channel. So I understand. And I can even respect when you are trying to do what you can do to put food on your table. So there's no disrespect there. I completely understand that element of it. You know what I'm saying? Because look, there's a lot less pressure for George and I to like just go ball to the wall. Because like, yeah, it's a hobby, dude. Like we're not dependent on this. So for other people like that are depending on this YouTube thing, it's a little riskier maybe to kind of step out of like the narrative bubble, right? Or whatever, right? I understand that. So I'm just trying to put in perspective here. I can kind of at least see and empathize with creators that are depending on the YouTube thing and maybe are a little more, as Josh say, kind of like leaning on the grift. When you got to put food on the table, I can understand that. That's all I'm saying. I can understand the perspective.
I got in a little bit of a scuffle yesterday with Valiant Renegade. I don't even think it was that deep. It's just like, I just don't understand where homie's coming from. You know what I mean? And I talked to WDW Pro a little bit earlier today, and Pro wants me to come on a stream next Tuesday at Live and discuss, debate my, I forget the way that he worded it, where it's like, your different perspective on the earnings call could be like interesting and have an interesting conversation. So here's the thing. I don't even like fully understand.
But like, I don't understand what that means though. Cause like, and he gets into it a little bit here, but I'm a little confused, like your different perspective on the earnings call. Like,
there is no different perspective. It's literally right in front of your eyes.
Well, no, but it's math though. The stock went up 12%. Like this isn't like debatable. Like it was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like the facts are like literally right in front of you. There's nothing to.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really understand. Respectfully, I don't understand that. Like, because this isn't like a movie, right? Where it's like a subjective thing, where it's like, I liked it, you didn't, kind of thing. Like Last Jedi. Right. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Fair to like it, fair to hate it. You know what I'm saying? But numbers are like, it's a little bit more objective. You know what I'm saying? And
it's not like saying like, oh, it went up 12%. Oh, Chris Angel is wavering his fingers to make it look like it's higher, and the second he stops, it's like -2.
Understand that? Like to a degree, I do. It's like, okay, content and like, obviously it can be entertaining when people disagree and argue. But it's like, what are we even disagreeing about? Like, I just don't even know how to approach that discussion or that kind of a scenario. I would love to have a conversation about the future of Disney. You know what I mean? I wouldn't love to have like an hour-long pseudo debate where narratives just decided and motherfuckers just backing up their preconceived notions and just kind of like echo chambering an audience that I think is just captured by fuck Disney. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like on the one hand, like I actually do like those guys and I think they do some good work, but I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. So I just wanted to ask you guys.
So interesting stuff here from Josh, dude. And I've been a fan of Josh for a long time. I will link actually his video in the description. I will also link it in the end screen credits at the very end of the video too. So you can check it out either way because he does really fantastic work. And I'm telling you, he is the funniest dude. If you're into nerdy stuff, MCU, Star Wars, all that good stuff, scooping, like, the Marvel scoops, Star Wars scoops, he's your dude. You definitely want to check him out. One of the best live shows for nerds out there. And I'm like religiously checking out his show. It's just incredibly entertaining. So Josh, big shout out to Josh. Respect him a lot for not just this, like, but even like when he's critical of Disney and stuff, like, I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate the honesty coming from him in both directions. I disagree with him on a lot. Like, I don't agree with Josh on everything, but I know when Josh is telling me something, like, that's how Josh really feels. He's not trying to sell me a narrative. He's not involved in this stupid culture war. Josh is Josh. And if he likes the Marvel movie, he likes the Marvel movie. He doesn't. He's not trying to sell you like a culture war fucking thing on the
pandering
side.
Type of,
yeah, he's just upfront, and I appreciate that. I really do.